hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. And last time we finished off the last two Robot Masters and we got a circuit board here. So the last Robot Master will always give you this. Only the last one. It's just a plot device. So notice you have all the robots standing around except for Plugman, because we beat Plugman. Alternatively, what's really cool about this scene is that whoever you defeat last is not going to appear in the scene. So if you defeat Galaxy Man last, he's not going to appear up there. If you defeat Concrete Man last, he's not going to appear there. This is a neat touch. But other than that, this cutscene is the same. So Wily's talking to these robots, telling them that they're still useful and he can fix them. Wily's been behind everything. What a shock. But we arrested Dr. Light, just on a whim. Like, guy that's tried taking over the world, like, what, almost a dozen times by this point? And if we're counting the Game Boy games, and it would be more than that now. And we're just going to let him run free on a whim and arrest Dr. Light? Okay, well that's... I will admit though, it was an interesting concept how we had to go through and like clear Dr. Light's name. I do like the plot of Mega Man 9. It has some holes in it, that's all I'm saying. Why are we allowing Dr. Wily to just fly in here and grab that? Okay. Wily's back with his obnoxiously loud saucer sounds. Oh, another thing I want to apologize for is I know we've been like changing the backgrounds in this, and I haven't done that in Mega Man 9. And I'm gonna, spoiler alert, I'm gonna forget to do that for the rest of the game. Because normally I'd show you at least the other two backgrounds, not the one that's the stage select. But the weapons in this game are really good, so we're gonna show off the weapons. Speaking of showing off the weapons, let's put on Jewel Satellite and invalidate the challenge of the early section of this. Now, I love this music. This is amazing music. This is what it's all about. And we have, well, it's a shielded enemy that can drop his shield. And we have this gimmick here where we have to use Tornado Blow to activate this stuff. I don't mind requiring special weapon use in these stages. It's kind of hard to design, in fact almost impossible to design, the main Robot Master stages with this sort of thing where you're requiring a particular weapon. Yeah, you don't need the Tornado Blow there for the final one. Or any special weapons, really. Because you have the freedom to go to whichever stages in whichever order, so you can't design your stages depending on your player going to a certain stage first, because that defeats the purpose of giving you a stage select. But here, now that we have all the special weapons, now we can kind of require them. And we're going to use Black Hole Bomb on the dragon. And I stick that up there. Oh, look at that. 2 Black Hole Bombs kills the dragon. Well, I could use Hornet Chaser, but we're already full up on lives, so I'm not going to bother with that. What I will bother with is, this is a nice little refill point with these tele-spawners here. So you can use this to fill up your weapon energy. Just put on Jewel Satellite and just wait for weapon energy. And wait. And wait. And wait. Another thing I noticed when I last saved the game is we're at like the half-hour mark before starting this. And I know there's a special achievement for beating this entire game in under an hour. We're going to see if we can get that achievement. Achievement, challenge, yeah. Actually, funny fact, the last time I played MM9 on this channel, on my Xbox 360 where I had played it, you know, a million times before, I ended up, the LP for this ended up being like a new personal record for me for lowest time, and I wasn't even trying to go for that, it just kind of happened. Okay, so here, this is obviously very dangerous. We now have magma beams coming to the side. What you want to do here is get concrete shot, because concrete can actually freeze the thing. And you just freeze all three. If you go to the far left, you could end up going up that side and getting that E-tank. We're going to have to backtrack here. Nope. I'm not even going to give you the opportunity. And we're combining these gimmicks, the swing and the teleporters, but that's the only combination that you see. And I would have liked to have seen more of that sort of concept of combining gimmicks. Here we have some forced rush jet usage. So there you go. And we're just going to give this guy some laser eye surgery behind his big shield. And yeah, let's see if this works against the boss. So this is an interesting... Okay, that's not... so this is... Those spike balls, by the way, you can see this is just kind of like a... I want to say tug of war. It's not tug of war. It's the opposite of tug of war contest. We're pushing stuff. Those spike balls are instant death, so be careful with that. And I could make this a little bit easier and use the turbo fire button. And once one of those enemies pushes the spike ball to the end, you notice how it goes back to the center, and then they just start launching attacks that will be more homing in on your position. So then you have to kind of maneuver around. So I recommend for that battle, just taking on 2 at the time. Focus on 2 at a time, either the top 2 or the bottom 2. And just keep focusing and alternating between those until the other 2 start shooting you directly. And their spike balls go back to the normal position. And then switch and focus on the other 2. So you don't have to keep up with that. Dodging those homing shots for super long. Rush, that is not where you're supposed to spawn. Bad dog. Give you hardly any usage. You had 1 job. This is why we don't use you. Now, there's multiple ways we could cheese this. We could just cheese our way up the side and skip the whole jumping platform. We could obviously use Jewel Satellite there, Tornado Blow, those would all work. Or we can just do it legitly, because I'll show that it's not quite as scary as it looks. You just have to time your jumps correctly. And there's a Sniper Joe, or we could go across the top there. I'm going to choose the method where I can give them laser eye surgery. Nope, this screen is not happening. Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of stuff on that screen that I don't care to deal with. Now, here what you have to do is actually use concrete shot and get up. There you go. Yeah, those platforms, those are actually illusions. Those are not really there, see? You can go right through them. So when you get on a screen like this, just make a note of what's real and what's not real. That did not have quite the effect that I was hoping it would have. Oh well. is also a really scary jump, just but it's very makeable. And we have this mini-boss again. Fortunately, we know how to deal with this mini-boss. Concrete Shot, if you can unload Concrete Shot into this thing, you'll deal tons of damage really quickly with it. Because you can get, like, notice how we got 4 shots off before it disappeared? And that's an example of why you want to be staying ahead of the clockwise plant evilness that's coming to damage you. And now we have a water section. And, ow. We could go across the bottom, and there's an E-tank if you go across the bottom. You can use Rush Jet to help you go across the bottom. But I think I have enough E-tanks to beat the game. And I'm really gonna try and do that under 60-minute time, because I feel like we can get that. Don't necessarily need that. Well, that was nice. And there you can use lasers to take out both of them. Just jump up there to activate the drill fish. That's what we'll call them, drill fish. You guys get out of here. And now we have this silly ladder section where we're going to go up and down and up. Oh, cheap guy. Okay, we'll do things a little bit differently. Just cheese it entirely. And now, if I had jumped there, like I was actually trying to, it is possible to land on that ledge and get a little bit of a shortcut. Good for speedrunners and for trying to beat the game in under 60 minutes, I suppose. Strategy here, go up and deal with the hopper guy before coming back and finishing off the wall guy. Because you don't want the hopper guy to just be hopping that. Isn't there... I believe there's also a secret... No. There's a secret here. Maybe it's... Aha! Tricky, tricky. I like it. I love a lot of the little touches that this game has. A lot of little secrets to find. Now, this boss that we're fighting is actually a 3-part boss. We'll have 3 full health bars. So there's 3 phases to this thing. It's really cool. I like this concept. It takes decent damage from the Mega Buster. I take decent damage from the homing wheel. Why did I let those hit me? He's missing all 3 of them. Can you finish it, please? Thank you. Then we have this section. You have to hit the 2 portal capsule thing. And drop. I don't even know what to call those things. But yeah, they each have half a health bar. The little spikes there will only damage you. So basically, I tried to destroy them both roughly around the same time. It ended up perfect there. Because otherwise, if one remains, it will just like start rapidly dropping those little shark things. The baby shark, do. And you'll have a harder time hitting it with the Mega Buster. And then this thing just fires lasers. Pretty cool boss. I like it. And with that, I will see you guys next time.